Welcome to Dead Hour Stories, a place where the night feels longer, the silence feels heavier, and stories are meant to be heard when the world is asleep. I want to tell you about a night when I realized darkness is not empty, it is aware. It was past midnight. The room was quiet, and the air felt strangely still, as if time itself had slowed down just to watch me. Shadows stayed where they shouldn't, and every sound felt closer than it should have been. That was the moment I understood that fear doesn't rush, it waits, and it grows stronger the more you notice it. If this story made the room around you feel different, then you're exactly where you should be. Stay with Dead Hour Stories for more late-night horror, unsettling moments, and stories that follow you long after they end. And remember to come back when the clock strikes the hour that watches back. So, without any further wait, let's start the story. I never believed in cursed hours or haunted times. I believed fear came from imagination, not from the clock on the wall. That belief slowly disappeared when I began waking up every night at the same moment, without sound, without reason, without memory of dreaming. My eyes would open calmly, as if instructed, and the darkness around me would feel heavier than it should. When I reached for my phone, the screen always showed the same time, 3 in the morning. At first, I ignored it. People wake up at night all the time, but repetition changes meaning. When something happens once, it is coincidence. When it happens every night, it becomes intention. The silence at that hour felt unnatural, like the world had paused only for me. No cars outside, no wind, no distant noise. Even my own breathing sounded foreign, as if it didn't belong in the room. The air felt different during that hour, cold, but not in a way that touched my skin. It felt internal, as if the temperature inside my chest had dropped. Shadows no longer stayed where they were supposed to. Corners of the room felt deeper, darker, wider than before. The ceiling felt higher. The space around me felt stretched, like the room was slowly becoming something else. I started calling it the dead hour. Every night, my awareness sharpened during that time. My thoughts slowed, but my senses became painfully clear. I could hear electricity inside the walls. I could feel pressure where nothing touched me. I began to feel watched, not suddenly, but patiently. Whatever was there did not rush. It waited, confident that time was on its side. Mirrors became difficult to look at, not because they showed something new, but because they showed something delayed. My reflection felt hesitant, like it needed permission to move. Sometimes the darkness inside the mirror looked thicker than the darkness behind me. I avoided looking for too long, afraid that if I stared, something would stare back with more interest than reflection should have. Sleep stopped being rest. It became a transition. I would lie down, close my eyes, and open them again at 3 without remembering the space between. My body felt untouched by exhaustion, but my mind felt worn down, scraped thin by awareness. I began finding small marks on my arms and shoulders, light red lines that faded by morning. They didn't hurt. That frightened me more than pain would have. The building around me began to feel occupied, not by people, but by presence. Hallways felt longer. Lights flickered more aggressively. The elevator mirrors reflected angles that didn't exist. The apartment felt arranged, as if something unseen was positioning objects for observation. Chairs angled toward my bed. Doors rested open when I remembered closing them. One night, the pressure appeared beside me. The mattress dipped slowly, carefully, like something testing weight. I stayed still. I understood that movement meant acknowledgement. The pressure remained for a long time, then lifted gently, respectfully. In the morning, the imprint was still there. I tried to leave after that. The hallway repeated itself, stretched into a loop of identical doors and stains. Distance lost meaning. When I turned back, my apartment was already waiting. I understand now. The dead hour is not a time. It is an opening. It is when attention becomes access. Whatever exists there does not need sound, shape, or voice. It feeds on awareness. It grows clearer the longer it is noticed. Tonight, it is almost 3 again. The air is heavy. The silence is leaning inward. My reflection hasn't moved in a while. If you are listening late at night and something about the room around you suddenly feels wrong, stop paying attention. Do not think about the hour. Because the moment you do, it knows you are awake. Thank you for staying with Dead Hour Stories until the end. where the shadows linger just a little longer and the silence carries more than you think. If tonight's story gives you chill, then don't forget to like this video. Also, subscribe to our channel.